As soon as you go from gold to another pair, it moves so much different.
Yeah.
Like from gold. So
yeah.
I think it's a bit hard to tell what's wrong when it doesn't move as much. It throws us off a bit. So.
Well, that's the thing with gold. Like once it goes, it just goes.
Yeah.
So you've got the volume there, which is nice. So I'm just setting everything up, mate.
But I'll get there. I know I will.
You will. Everyone will get there. The only way you won't get there is if you stop.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, why is this not bloody working now? Morning, Krish. Morning if you're watching on YouTube. Fortunately, we weren't here yesterday. Why is this not working? Okay, 2 seconds, guys. YouTube live control. Chat. That's not that. I'm just trying to get the chat up. Docs. Docs in the custom browser docs, that's the one. Add docs by giving them a name chat. So let's get rid of this. Close that. Right. Why is that not working? Well, I'm glad the weekly hasn't flipped yet. I really don't know why my chat's not coming up. Please. Paste. Morning Nella. Morning Chris. I don't know what's going on with the chat. Let's try again. One more and then we'll get straight into it. That's what I'm on about with bloody technology, man. Like I haven't changed anything. It's not working. Okay.
Was it going on yesterday?
Yeah, that's what it was. Just gotta keep on top of it. It's
involved now.
I can't remember which one it is. Is it this? It's not that. Is it this one? It's not that. It's gotta be this. Live chat. Okay, so URL. Why is that not? Take that off, put that into there, that's what I'm meant to do. Why won't it? Oh, I don't know, guys. What tends to work is when you fling your monitor like through a glass window. That tends to work. I'll fiddle about with it later. Hopefully Vic will jump on. IC tech support. She can get it on for us. Okay, guys. Right, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, we weren't on yesterday. It was my wife's birthday, so obviously you've got to do the husband thing and, you know, have a day off and that. But yeah, she had a nice day anyway, so she deserves it. She's a grafter. Okay, so let's go straight into a top down. Now, what's happened is it's quite actually good what we've got from what I'm seeing. So let's do a top down and explain the reason why. So now the only thing I'm worried about is this monthly.
Pete,
Yeah.
you haven't put the stream on Discord?
Ah, right, okay. 2 seconds, mate. Do you know Paul used to always remind me of that?
Are you recording?
I am. I'm all over the place. It feels like a Monday. It feels like I've been on holiday. Okay, so is it on now?
Yes, it is.
Yawn. Okay, so the monthly is currently in this range. Now, the monthly's created a top wick, so therefore it should be coming down to fill the range at 1991. However, we saw how many days we've got. We've got 9 days left. We're sort of rejecting from here. I do still think you're going to close bearish, but what we might get is we might trickle down, where it might take a few candles to get down. But I do believe the candles are probably going to come down to 1990, test this area, close in and around this area, where the breaks below or closes respecting. Okay, you should be coming down. Unless this monthly is going to flip to the upside, which it still can do, you know, because it came down and tapped. It could flip and reject from this area and could flip to the upside. But currently, we're still in this range. Therefore, where should we be going? Well, we should be coming down to fill the range. Okay, so that's the monthly. Weekly. Now, we finally did get that bearish close on the weekly. The thing with the weekly, we did close below this support, so we do have it that the weekly should be coming down to around 1981 levels. Okay, that's what we've got the weekly coming down as, unless this is a fake out what we're getting on the weekly. Okay, and if we do get that fake out in the weekly, it means the monthly could potentially flip back up to the upside, because the next weekly should come back up. Okay, now obviously we don't want that. We want this weekly to flip, but the issue we've got with these weeklies is this weekly's came down to create a steep bottom wick, and then when this weekly opened up, it pushed down first, filled half of the wick, and now it's flipped back to the upside. Now, yes, we've got 3 days left of this, so if this weekly is going to start to flip to the downside, it needs to start doing it today, ideally. Okay. Is my stream alright there, Nella or Chris? Is the quality good? I'm just getting a message coming up on. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Keep us updated if the YouTube is okay. So now we are expecting this weekly to flip to the downside. Okay, it's creating a top wick. We've broke the highs now, the previous highs. So now really it doesn't need to come anymore really. This weekly could start flipping to the downside, unless we get like a nest play and we close sort of respecting, but we won't know until the end of the week. Now we do have to be careful, because this is technically a range 1 breakout. The first range is this up here. This is range 1. Okay, and this is the first time we broke out, so this is where you tend to get your fake outs. Okay, this would be range 2. So if we broke below this, then yeah, we should, you know, it's a change in trend on that time frame, and that's confirmation that you should be pushing down. But if we're going to get a fake out, it's going to be on this weekly candle now. So we've got to see on the daily what's going to happen. So daily heavily bullish. Look at them bullish candles, massive. We haven't got much of a bottom wick on this daily. However, did this daily close respecting? Doesn't fit the best, but did it close respecting? It respects this area. Doesn't respect this area. It breaks above that. Bit of a tricky one there, because have to go like that. I think if anything that's the daily. So we've technically broke out, so where should the next daily go then? Well, the next daily should either come to here, like this, maybe like that, or we push to 2036 level. But that's probably what I've got, which makes a bit more sense. It is quite a strong support here, resistance, because you tap straight back down, back up, back down, back up, back down. But you can push through these levels. Now, these dailies haven't really closed how I really wanted them to close for today, because you've broke back in now, so it means you're bullish. So you've probably got to wait for a bullish close on this daily, and the thing with this daily, it's sort of filled the range. So what's this daily going to do now? What do we think this daily is going to do? At the minute, we don't know. It could just hover around here and close respecting this area, because that's what it's done on these levels. Now, we did get top wicks to at least 2036, so if we do take buys, that would have to be our target, because at any point price can just pull back and close respecting. Okay, so if we do take any buys, that would be our target at 2036. Or coming back down, really. I would expect a steeper bottom wick on this daily, but you only need to come and tap 2021. So this would have to be our target to come back down. But it's whether we come back down. That's the daily flipping at that point. Is the daily going to flip? We've got to see. I'm not liking this daily candle at all, really. The 4 was broke above. Okay, so we haven't had a top wick on this 4. So are we going to get a fake out to the downside? Or is this us heading up? So where's the 4 range? Let's have a look. This 4. So did that 4 close respecting? Yeah, it looks like it did. So does that mean the new 4 is going to pop up, tap and pull back? Could we take a wing back sell from 2036? You got no bottom wick on this previous 4. Do we need to come and tap that before driving up? 3 hour bearish, 2 hour bearish, close respecting. One hour bearish, close respecting. So what can we do here? What can we do? We need to see price what's done a similar pattern, and I know it's sort of print new ranges. To be honest, I was hoping we'd get like that the weekly would have started flipping at this point. That's what I was expecting today. Obviously it hasn't played out like that. So we come up from, where did we come up from? So we come up from, let's say, 2016 levels. We come and tap 2031. Then we pull back to 2033, and then we push back up to 2031, break the highs. So let's have a look to see what price has done before. So this doesn't work out. So what about this one? So we've been down to 2015, 14. We come back up. We tap 2031. We pull back to 2025, which I believe we've done that, and then we pushed through to 2036, and then came back down to 2021. So does that mean we're going to do that? Back up. They all pop up to 2036. So if that's the case, can we not just buy up? So when you come from the bottom, they all come up to tap 2036. 36, let's have a look. This one didn't do it. Pull back down. What is this? If we don't need to tap 2036, then that's a good sign, because it means we can either get a wing back buy. Oh, look where that is. That the 4 hour? Oh, right, okay. That we could potentially get a wing back buy from 2025. Because all the 4s, I want to see where 4s close respecting here. What's happened? Close respecting, next 4's gone. Close, next 4 up. This one didn't work out. But this is a downtrend and we're coming from the lows. So do we have to come and tap 2036? 2036. Back down. 2025. Up, back down. I think this one's probably better. 2023. Bit better of an advantage point at that point as well. Okay, let's have a look at this again. So, when the 4 closes respected, where do we go? Where do we go from there? How much do we pull back? So we pull back to 2023 and then we go. So currently we're looking at wing back buys from 2023. Or is that this what we've done? So this is going to flip at any point. Can we get back down there? 2023. 4. Back down, back up. 2023. Four back down, doesn't quite make it there, but up, back down. So even when we drive down, we need to tap 2036 before driving down. Are we going to get this? There's an area here at... Oh, this one had tapped it. Oh, this one's already tapped it though. Okay, so... Are we going to tap it again is the question. We tapped. Is this 4 going to flip? So we tapped it here, came back up, and then we only came back to 2024. Or is this 4 going to flip and we just take buys above? Because even when the 4 closes respecting, really, you should still come up to 2036. Now, if we do come back down to 2023, buys. You might not get that far down though. We're going to be looking in between these levels here. Okay. I want to have a look on the hour. So when the hour is closed respecting this, close respecting down, close respecting down. $2023 again, 2023. Are we going to tap this little area here. This is what we might be tapping. This is the first wing back buy at 2025 to come back up. We might have to take that one because this one's already been tapped. So the 4 should be filling the range basically. Basically what I'm saying is price needs to tap 2036 even if it wants to come down. That's what it looks like it's doing. Before these big moves, price taps it at least once. But it tapped it 3 times here. But I just need to make sure that we're not going to power straight through, because where stop's going to have to be. Oh, these stops. Yeah, stops will have to be there. So we came straight through. Don't know whether I'd have a re-entry there. I'd probably have a re-entry at the bottom of 2021. That's whether this is going to flip, because this 4 could flip really, but we just take buys above on a smaller time frame of 2031 if that's what's going to happen. So at the minute we're probably looking at a wing back buy from 2025.62 in and around these areas. That's if we don't flip to the upside. This one broke the lows and then came down. We had broke the highs on that one. If we get down there now, I'm just thinking if, because how far is this? This is quite a distance really. 30 pips. 3 15-minute candles struggle to drive down. 30 closed respecting. This up, we might be close here, guys. Is this how we're going to close respecting and flip? Let's see what this 30 does. This 30 breaks the lows, and we're likely going to come down to our wing back area. But if it doesn't, then could that be the start of the 4 to flip back to the upside? These 4s don't drive that much. Got a bottom wick, but I can't really see where price has closed respecting, create a bottom wick and then flipped. They've all seemed to close bearish around this area. So that means then these wing backs need to be on. So we're looking in between 2025 and 2023 for a wing back buy. There's no bottom wick on this 4, so I'm thinking if we can get down to that. We haven't had a break yet, so if we can get a forward close. Because the 1 hour's not broke to the low yet, it's closed amongst this minor support here like this. So is it going to come back up? Where if this 30 breaks to the low, I was thinking about selling down. Let's have a look at these 1 hours a minute. Okay, so the 1 hour's close respecting. 2 minutes, guys. I'm just thinking out loud here, right? This is how I trade. I talk to myself. one I was close respecting. This one actually came up to tap 2036. We haven't done that yet. So does that mean we need liquidity from the downside in order to get up? And if so, where's it going to want to come? Is it going to want to break the lows? It's likely going to have to. If that's the case, can't we just take a sell down? Still bullish. If we get a 15 close below, at any point the 4 can flip. That's my only little concern. At any point the 4 can flip to the upside, and the one I was close respecting, so I probably can't take that. Have a look at this one again. 1 down, tap, straight back up. 1 down, activated. Didn't activate the second trade, came back up. What is that in pips? 7. Potential second entry at 2021 to come back up. Respecting down straight through, tap 2023. Our down tap. This is what I'm hoping we can get, something like this, where you literally just tap it, pull straight back. Oh, we're gonna get this where we mess about. Our close down. They do tend to come to 2023. That's like seems to be a key point really. But because we've already tapped it, that's why I'm thinking it might only come to 2025 now, to then come back up. So it's in between 2025 and 2023. But which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be? So we're a bit like, so we've came up. We've already tapped 2023. Came back up again. And then we come and tap 2025, and then we come back up. So what is this? So we're probably looking at that, aren't we? 30 pips. It's not bad. So are we saying we need to tap? Okay, that could probably work. Let's have a look at these low. Look at the 30 now. Okay. 30's closed, lovely. I mean, you can get one 30-minute candle what pops right down. Taps 2025. Is 30 gonna flip? Likely. Where did this 30 close? So up. Seem to come past, don't they? But they do come back up the tap. 2028. What if we took this one? Back down, tap, up. Down. You could either come straight through it or... No, it's not going to work, this one. I'm going to have to watch this, guys. It's going to be in between 25 and 23. Right. I'm hoping we can get down to 23 and we can just sort of bomb it straight down. I'm going to have a look on the 15s. Or, if we get a 15 close back above 2028, then that might initiate the flip up for the 4. Because I do believe the 4s... The 4 needs to come and tap 2036 before coming down to break all these lows again. So that's what I'm seeing. But it's whether it comes back down for another stab at 2021 before coming up, which I don't think it does after looking at. But these levels here, it's like, it's pretty clean, so it's pretty clean coming down. If we can get a pullback, create the wick for this, potentially get a sell stop on. So let's have a look at these 15. So when we get a 15 close below, what happens to price? Let's see. Okay, when we get a 15 close below here, what does the 15 do? 15 comes through. 15 back up, that's a fake out. Okay, you got a fake out back up there. Back down, comes back down to 2025. $15 close below, doji candle, and then we start moving back up. Are we going to get that, or are we going to come through? Could potentially look at a second entry. I don't know whether that works too well. 15 is likely going to drive down to at least 2026 before rejecting. $15 straight through and straight back up. This is what I like. This straight back up 2027. So this would be our tape partial move to break even. What's that in pips? 21 pips. Does that mean that's what we need to do? Is that what we need to do before driving down if we want to drive further? Tap straight back up. Be like that. Some of these back down. Okay, maybe that. Maybe this would have to be risk-free. These don't make it though, it's a thing. And this one comes straight through. It still works out though. It's just whether we're going to reverse from there, that's the thing. Tap, second entry. Is that 15 going to pop down? Or are we going to get a fake out? do we need a pop down? If that's the case, if we do get a pullback, can we not sell down to that? From 2028. Okay, we do have quite a few options here, right? So we're potentially buying from 2025 back up. I'd probably be going risk free. Stops for me. Gotta be below here though, that's the thing. My stops. Target is this. I'm not sure whether this will be the move. I think we might come straight through to 2024. Makes sense for this one because if you on the 4, right? So this is the thing on the 4. We broke above the highs, right? And then this 4 came back to tap 2023. So we've already tapped this area, which we know gets tapped. So it doesn't really need to come and tap that area again. It might just pull back, create a bottom wick for this candle, then shoot back up, as in pull back. Now, if the 4 even closes like this, you think you still haven't broke below the lows of 2021. You still then should create a top wick to then come back down anyway. So I've got an entry at 2025 and with a potential second entry in 2023 or 2021 to come back up. Or because the 4 was bullish and the 1 hour has closed respecting, so the 1 hour's not closed below yet, the 1 hour hasn't broke out yet, so we're thinking that this hour might flip back to the upside. And looking at the 30 minutes, if you look at the 30s can do that. The 30s can reach down to like this and then pull back. So standby, we might be getting in on a 2025.72. I'm not gonna have time to get this bloody on, am I? Good morning if you're watching on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. I believe it is 10 pips. 6, 7. Okay, so if we can get a nice big pushing candle here on the 5. Oh, no top wick. If this 5 can pop down. This 5 can pop down for us, that'd be nice. So there's our 10 pips there. Can this 5 pop, pop, pop? So 2 ways you look at breaks to the high. Two ways, because it can mean 2 different things, right? It can mean, so if you look at the 4, this can mean 2 things, this break to the high. Now I don't know if this is closed respecting, because even when we close respecting, one candle still pops up to tap 2036. So that's why I'm still looking at these buys. So bloody hell, this 5's popping. So you broke the highs. It can mean 2 things. 1, it can mean that it wants to go that way. It's broke the highs, ready to move up. It's broke out. Or 2, liquidity grab to now break the lows. So 2 things it can mean. Okay. Oh, we're shifting like, aren't we? Right, let's have a look at these time frames. No top wick on that 15. 30 still. The 1 hour's still up here in this range. Where's this 1 hour gonna go? 18 minutes left of this 1 hour, so there's still two 15-minute candles left. So it's beyond my call this, okay? Five's got no top wick. So it's whether we reject from this level. We do seem to reject quite a lot. But it's whether we're going to do it again. That's the question. Because is this the start? Is this the start of the weekly to flip? Is this the initiation of it? We broke the highs and now we're starting to flip to the downside. It's tough because what's not really helping our situation? The daily candle. We don't know if this daily is close respecting. So is this daily going to flip, or are we going to carry on pushing? Well, it's already broke the highs. So is that breaking the highs in order to flip to the downside? We haven't had much of a bottom wick on the daily. But if this does flip, how far is it going to flip to the downside? Now, what's really tricky is there's no other dailies. What shows around that area where it flips from there, they all tend to come straight through, and we haven't got much data to go off, so we actually don't know what this daily is going to do. So it doesn't really help the situation. But what I've seen is when you drive down like this, we need to see, we might as well wait for this 15-minute close, because if this 15-minute can still close respecting these levels, then yeah, we can still be on. We'll just be aggressive with stops. Still got no bottom wick on that 5. Are we going to plough through that area? Or are we going to reject here? You can tend to just come down to 2026. I would expect this forward to come and create a bottom wick for this 4 though. Got no bottom wick here. Hey, it's all exciting, isn't it? It's all exciting.
Love a bit of excitement.
Oh, we do. 30 seconds for this 15. Now, ideally, what we want here is we want this 15 to open up, push down first, with no top wick. That's ideally what we want. But this 15, if this 15 close respecting this minor support here, that'd be nice. That's new 15, so stand by. Come on, we need this 15 break the lows one more time and then flip back to the upside. The 5 closed doji, actually. Little push down. Quite a clean traffic. I was debating on that 30, really. So that duped us. Can this 5 push past? Break the lows one more time. Morning, Paolo. Paolo, is the stream alright? Is it good quality? I need to check. I keep getting messages saying the quality is bad. So what we don't want, we ideally don't want this 5 to flip yet. We need a little pop down. But it is quite an area where you can struggle and then come back up. So we're hoping we can just come straight through. Now, if we were 100% sure that this is closed respecting 2026, we could have got a buy stop on the other end, ready for this candle to flip to the upside. Because if this flips, it's likely going to come and tap 2027. If it flips. Because what we don't want is, if we get this pullback, it means we're picking up more fuel so we can actually drive further down. So we don't want the pullback yet. We need it to tag us in. We're close, we're close. If this can close doji, respecting, and then the new 5 pops down, I believe, oh, wait there, we've got an hour close in the next 15, so we ideally want this hour to pull back. Otherwise, we're going to be using 2023 as the wing back area. Oh, look at that 5, man. Might not get us in this. Back in a second, guys. If this pops down 2025.7, which keep in mind, oh, wait there. No, we'll wait out. We've got a top wick now, so can this 5 drive down? Still 1 minute 20. That means the 5's likely going to close down there, which is fine because that's what these do. But we sort of don't want the hour to close down there. Let's have a look what the hour can do. So we ideally need the hour to close respecting this area, and then a new hour pop down. But it just means the new hour can then drive further. It's like that reach, isn't it? Stretch Armstrong, you know, he can reach a lot further now. So I really want this hour to tap, but if it doesn't, it means we might get a top wick to come down. But could we take a buy stop? 15. Okay, I'll be back in a second. We're close, though, guys. We're close. Miserable weather. Okay, so 5 is closed bullish. Is this the area? Is this new 5 going to pop down? Is this new 5 going to pop down? Now what I can do though, so look, on its way down, we can, the thing is, oh, you nearly tap it, then you come back up, 2027, back down, that doesn't even work out really. See what this 5 does. It's nice we've had bullish closes, but it's a sign of price wanting to push back up, but it just means, are we going to pop down to tap our zone at 2025? That's all it means. We're pushing. That means the 15. Is the 15 going to flip and push down? Is the 15 going to close down here? This is where it's a bit... Because if the 15 closes down there, it means the hour's going to close down here. So we need to check the hour, because then the hour should be coming straight through to 2021. At that point, you brought back into the zones. So I can see why this 15 is not driving. Maybe this 15 is not driving because the hour's going to close, wants to close respecting, and then the new hour can maybe pop down. Because look, you've got an hour respecting here, but then the new hour, I don't know whether this pops down first, flips, goes up, or whether it pulls back first. So if it pulls back first, can we not take a sell from 2030? We can't, because that's the 4 hour potentially flipping. So we wouldn't be able to take that sell. Close respecting. Might be a bit tricky, guys, because if the hour closes down here, it means we're likely going to come straight through to 2023. Yeah, look, that means we have to delete this, unless we can get an hour close like this. We ideally need it to get tapped on this hour, so then the new hour can give us a top wick. What is this hour going to do? See if this 5 can reach down. We definitely don't want to come back up to tap 2028. We're getting there. We're getting there. Are we going to reject for me, or are we going to come straight through? That is the question. Broke the highs now. I'm just not keen on this hour closing down here like this. I mean, if the hour does break down here, when we get activated, we should get a top wick anyway, but we're likely going to come down to 2024 at that point. If you look at all the hours, it's not an area where you stop apart from here, and it need to close respecting at 2027, otherwise we're coming through. Yeah, they're all coming through. Oh, this is gonna... The 5 looks like they're pushing back up, but this 5 would need to activate us and flip. That's what this 5 would have to do. So in a way, I'd rather it not activate us, because I'd rather this 5 not activate us. I think it might. because it means that the hours now close down this range, so they all tend to push through to 2023. So you might as well just wait for this 2023. But if this 5 can pop down, then yeah, I'll probably still take it, because you've got no top wick, no top wick. This 5 hasn't broke the low, so you're technically still in that range on the 5. But this 5 needs to like do it in the next minute to give it another minute to close back up, if it's going to do that. Now I know the 4s don't actually have to close back up there, but I want the hour closing above there, otherwise the hour is going to break the lows. It means the new hour is likely going to drive further down. But I want to see if the hours, when they do that, how much of a top wick do we get? So when you close down here on the hour, how big's the top wick? So you do get a decent top wick. Maybe not here. This one actually comes straight back up off the hour. We're going to have to be aggressive with these stops, guys. Right. This one doesn't give any top wick and drives down. This one does. Straight back up. Let's see what this hour does. I mean, the 4, we should be fairly safe on the 4. Because the 4 should, even if it breaks a low, it's probably going to want to come back. The 3 is still bearish. The 2 still closing respecting. The 1 is still respecting this area, but now going to break out to fill the range. We ideally need this 1 to close respecting this minor range at 2026. If we don't get activated, guys, on this, right, this is not on, right, so just be aware. And I don't think we're going to, this is not going to be on for me, this. If anything, I'm now looking at 2023. Let me delete this. Delete. Here's the thing, it could still play out, but would I feel worse if it plays out and I'm not in it and I'm watching it, knowing I was sort of there and thereabouts, or I'm in it and it doesn't play out? What would I feel worse of? The last one, exactly. So this is probably not on. What I would probably need to see now is price struggling on the lower time frame. Price struggling. So the hours broke below now. So with this hour breaking the low, this one's still on, mind, at 2023. Right, this is still on. But bear in mind, it can still reject here because there's no bottom wick. There's no bottom wick on the 4 hour, so you might just get that. But worst case, we'll just take buys back above 2028 if we do flip. Let me just get this on the signals. This second one. These stops are better. I mean, if we can push down with no top wick, that'd be fantastic. I'll explain the reason why. Because if you think about it, we're flipping bearish at the moment. We've broke the lows on the 1 hour. We broke out on the 1 hour. So this is now a range 1 breakout. So are we gonna now get a fake out back in, or are we gonna drive down? Because the 4 is still bullish, remember. That's the only reason why we're still looking at buys. But if that 4 closes bearish, then what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at sells at that point. Because we know the daily needs a steeper bottom wick, or can give us a steeper bottom wick. Take pass and move to break even would be 20. Okay, can we get down with no bottom wick? That'd be nice. So let's confirm this area. So we've had an hour break now. Let's delete this. So we'll clean up these charts a bit. Turn this into black. Okay, where's the hour closed? Maybe there. We haven't had a top wick. This is where this hour taps this area and just pulls back. Pop, pop, pop. So our got no top wick still. Do we need a top wick? Let's have a look where the hours have broke below this. And then drove. You tend to not break below. It's more, maybe that range is not right. Maybe the range is more like that. It does look a bit better. So all the hours, I mean there's this one what pulls back to 2025. This one. Still got not got a top wick on that. It's quite a strong zone at this 2023. Oh, so this hour, if you look at this hour closed below and only came to 2025. I didn't quite make it down to 2023, but then this hour closed below, and then the next hour drove all the way down to 2025. So, I mean, it took a few hours to get back up, mind. What's this difference here? Could have a potential second entry there as well. So, I don't know what's going to happen on this hour yet, guys. If we can start seeing lower time frames closing back above, the first wing back could still be on, but you've got to see 15 minutes closing back above and then one 15-minute pop out of the lows to come back to the upside. So we had an hour break back in here and we didn't do much. We actually just messed about for hours before coming down. So are we going to get this, which doesn't really... Actually, this one tapped it, didn't it? And we haven't tapped it yet. Oh, wait, there's loads of hours here where it's actually... Have I got these wrong here? What's this? Have we closed respecting this? There's another range here we have. Okay, so could this be back on then? It's the newest data what's where we've actually closed respecting. If you look back at how are we gonna get that? These here, look at these, this range. Close respecting, we just pull back away. So is the hour just going to push back up? Do we need to break the highs? These hours broke below, but still didn't drive. This hour closed respecting. This hour came down, tapped it, and pulled back. What are we doing? Okay, so that means if we can get what do we want to see? We want to see a 15-minute bullish close to start off with. because the hours now broke out. If only the 4 was bearish, guys, we'd just be buying back up. Sorry, we'd be taking sells coming down. I just don't know whether this 4 is closed respect in this area or it's closed respect in the area, but the issue is the all tap still tap 2037. This one didn't, but this is a downtrend. You know, we're on an uptrend. And the all tap 2036. So yes, it's close respecting, but we've got to understand that we're still gonna probably pop up to 2036. So I'm just thinking whether this 4 is gonna have to pull back. If that's the case. But no bottom wick on this 5. What are you doing? What are you doing? So if we can get an advantage point. Oh, that's a 3, sorry. Have I moved this? This? I have, haven't I? Wasn't it like there? So if we can get, what do we want to see? We want to see a 5 break the highs. We want this 5 ideally to close above, right? Or bullish at least, and then the next 5 do it. If this 5 can break above, and then 1-5 pops down, breaks the lows, we can probably look to enter, because even when you break the lows, even if it closes down here, you're going to have to come back and tap previous support anyway at 2026. So we would be aggressive with stops, or even 7. But that's if the 5 closes bullish. We can't take that unless the 5 closes, because this could just pop down to, we know the hour can drive further down, you see. So we need to see price, basically we need to see price struggling, breaking back in the zone. At the minute we haven't had it, if you think about it. We had a breakout on the 5. Let me zoom in so you can see. So this 5 broke out. This 5 closed bullish, but still closing respecting. This 5's popped up, created a top wick. Look at that top wick there. Oh, what happened there? That top wick is being created for this 5. Okay. Now, it's done all it needs to do in order to drive down. Right? So this could easily just carry on driving down now. But looking left, so the hour's either going to drive through or reject from here. But there's nothing I can do with it, because it's not clear, right? Because it's not fully clear. You just sit back, just watch it. You got to wait until it's clear. There's no point just guessing and going, well, sometimes it drives through and sometimes it closes respecting and flips back to the upside, or we'll just go with down. Yeah, you can't have that attitude, really. You've got to just wait. But I mean, at the minute, I've still got this wing back buy from 2023, and I was close to sells. Because the 3, what's the 3 done? I ideally want this 4 to activate us though. We really need this 4 to activate us, because then we've got more chance. Because the reach from on the 4 is from 2031 levels down. How far can this 4 reach back down? That's what we need to see. How far can this 4 reach back down without tapping 2036? So we haven't tapped 2036 yet, right? Because I know when you tap 2036, that's when you can drive straight back down. That's what I'm saying. I think we need to tap 2036 in order to push down to 2015 levels, 2013 levels. So how far can this, when we close respect in 2031, how far do we push back down? That's what we're looking at, really. You tend to actually come and tap 2021. Maybe that might be better. look at this 4. This 4 would be perfect. 4 respecting 2030. Pulls all the way back down. Rejects from 2023. Only thing I'm cautious of is we've already done that. I don't think that was on that, was it? Weren't we on the 4? I think we were on the 4, weren't we? There. Is this going to reject from here? I would probably think it's going to have to create a bottom wick for this, really. If it is going to flip. Now, has this hour closed respecting? Well, it looked like it did, but then you can tend to just drive straight through. So the new data tells us that it's actually broke the laws and it's probably going to come down to 2023. That's what the new data tells us. I mean, worst case, all we do here is we just take buys above 2031. Because if price comes back, if price does come back to 2031, where's it going now? If it breaks back above there, there's only one place to go, and that's 2036. So if we can just work out what time frame we need to close above 2031, what initiates the move to push through to 2036, we could just wait for that. If we don't get down to our 20, this is a bit risky here because round here is these zones are not clear. So previous data, later data shows that this is respecting, but earlier data, I mean as in more present data, shows that, well, you should be coming through. You've actually broke the laws. You should be coming through. Look, price comes back down straight through because we're up in 2031. There's this one though, what comes down, taps 2025. So this is what I'm saying, we might miss the move back up. Fortunately, if we miss the move, we miss the move. Now, do we need to come and tap 2021? Which would make sense, actually. Maybe the wing back's not from 2023, maybe it's from 2021. Came from 2015. 2015. We broke the highs at 2029. We broke the highs at 2029. We came down to 2023. This is what I'm on about. This. We came down to 2023. So now are we just gonna? We actually left town from 2023 to come up, but we didn't do that with this. We pushed to 2023. We pushed to 2030 and then we've pulled back. So obviously this one went straight up to 2036, but we're not doing that. We've sort of, we're similar to this, but we've come back down and we're around here. So it's what is it going to do? Is this just a pullback in order to finish off this move up to 2036, or are we on this one where this one came up to 2028? This one actually pushed past it, but then thereabouts, and then this was the tap to 2023. This was the tap to 2023. We then broke the high of this. We then broke the high of this, and then we pushed down and tapped 2023 before the move. Are we on that one? That's what we're trying to work out. Does that make sense? Or have I lost everyone?
Perfect.
Yeah, cool.
But what's it going to do?
Exactly. We don't know what it's going to do around here. I don't know if it's going to reject or push further down. I don't know. We'd need more candles to print. But here's the thing as well. You either come to 2023 or you can actually push through to 2021. So it's what the daily's going to do. Like, the daily's had a top wick and broke the highs. So now it means this daily's now got liquidity to flip back to the downside. But the thing on the daily, I mean, if I get rid of this, the thing on the daily, the previous daily, we think has closed respecting. We think, because there's not much data to show what it's done. You closed respecting this, but you closed above this. And if you look at previous day, when you close in around that area, you should still push up to at least 2029, which we've pushed up there, but I'm on about candles close up there. So we don't know what the daily's going to do. It can come and give us a steeper bottom wick, or it could just stay like this and close up there. We don't know, because it doesn't need much of a bottom wick, because these haven't had much of a bottom wick. So the daily massively hasn't helped us today. So it means we're going to have to go off the 4 hour. Now the 4 hour technically is closed respecting a support. However, the 4, they all tend to tap 2036 before driving down, even when you close respecting. So if we're seeing that, okay, even when you close respecting this area, you still tap 2036 in order to drive down. So can we buy up? Can we look for buys up to that area? And that's what we're doing now. We're trying to get buys up to that area. But we're starting to break and close into the lows on the lower time frames. So that means we're turning bearish. So does that mean then we need to come back down to 2023 or to 2021 before coming up to 2036 in order to then come back down for the weekly to flip? That makes sense. So it's all a bit it's just like a story, and you're trying to work out the ending. I mean, look at this 15 now. Oh, you little bugger. Still hasn't tapped our zone. What's this 15 gonna do? Oh, look at the 5. No top wick, no bottom wick. Oh, is this gonna power up now? What is this 5 gonna do? If we can get a 15 close, breaking all the highs. I've got a bloody podcast to do today. I'm getting interviewed today. You better listen to it. You better give it 5 stars, Dan.
I will. Give it 6.
Six stars. Oh.
I don't even have to listen to it to know that it's going to be a 6.
Just 6. Just don't listen to it. 6. Boom. What is this doing? Are we going to pull back to 2028? The hour. Because what's the 4? I mean, look at the 4. Is this 4 going to pull back and flip? Or is this 4? Is 30 minutes left for this 4? If we get a bearish 4 close and we don't tap 2023, then we can potentially just sell down to 2023 or at least 2025, because we haven't even tapped 2025. So this 4 probably needs a bottom wick. So we sort of sell down. If this 4 can pull back but close bearish, right? Close bearish below 2029, then we could just probably top wick sell stop underneath to come down to at least 2025. That would make things a lot simple, really. A bit like this here. Top wick, flip, down. But bear in mind, these have all tapped. Yeah, because we still haven't tapped 2020, 2025. That'd be pretty decent, to be fair. Let's see what this 4 does. 30-minute closes in 7 minutes. Well done for you, mate. FX entropy. Well done, buddy. Five minutes for 30 close. If you look at the 30s as well, like, I mean, you can get a 30 close here and still push through. The 30s don't tend to come back. Or maybe this one. What's this one? Oh, maybe we could be getting something like this. But we still haven't tapped 2025. Do we need to tap 2025? 2028. No top wick, no bottom wick. Up to 2030. Could we see a push back up to 2030 even before coming down? Are we going to get something like this? 30-minute bullish close and then we just start coming back down. Yeah, we just gotta wait here. Let's have a look though. If we get a 15 close above 2031. Look at that. Can we get a reach down? That's the thing. If we can get a 15 close, like, actually we'd need a 4. See, we might as well wait for the 4 now. Because what's the 4? How's the 4 gonna end up? How is the 4 gonna end up? We're so close to entry there though. Is the 4 gonna end up something like this one? Small bearish and then the new 4 comes back down. We'd need the 4 to close below 2029.33 really. If we can get that, we're likely going to get a wick fill at least down to 2026. So could we just sell down? Because at that point things change, don't they? The 4 is now bearish. It's whether the 4 is going to open up, give us a top wick, and could the top wick be from 2036? Well, we know that if you look at this 4 closed bullish. This 4 actually popped up and then still flipped to the downside. Obviously we're closing bearish, so then the next one would have to do it. But is that what we're going to get? So if you look at something like this, we haven't broke out of that area though, have we? But the new one pops up. probably take a wing back sell from 2031 at that point. It's weird because we haven't tapped 2025 at all. I do believe we need to tap 2025. Hey. Get the tunes on it. I always forget to put the tunes on. Oh, look at that pushing candle. We wouldn't even be able to get in nothing on this, guys. We haven't even been tapped. But is this something like this, what you're seeing? So don't start entering if you're looking to enter for buys, right? Because this is what price wants to do. Look at this. Yeah. Are we just going to tap 2028 to then come through the floor to 2023? Is that what we're doing? Is that all it's doing? Which would make sense for the hourly, because the hourly's closed down in these levels. It's just, the issue I've got is these hourly ranges. Hourly back up. Do you know what? Let me have a look at that range again. Suppose if the hour 30 is closed, bullish. 's closed. No bottom wick, push up. Where can the 30 go now? So we don't know if this is the 30, the 4 hour flipping back to the upside. There's only 30 minutes left of it, so I can't really see it flipping. We haven't tapped any of these zones down yet. So, and we saw our bias is now looking bearish because the hour and the 4 is probably going to close. So I'm trying to see if we can get an entry to sell back down. I'm just a bit wary with this 30. So where have we closed on the 30? So we close respecting this level, and then we pop back up. We actually pop back up to, see this 130, that must have been news. Yeah, it was news. Okay, so if we can identify where we've closed respecting back up 2028. We sell from 2028. Expectancy. Is it more 2030? Back up. Oh, we're going to tap 2031. Yeah, can't really take that. Maybe something like that, but we could. It's bond trade now. Do we need to push back up? Or is this hour going to flip now? If the hour's going to flip, is it going to drive? Could we not get some sell stops below? Because if we close below, the 4 is going to close in a bit though, isn't it? We need to close below 2025. It's in a really awkward area at the minute, guys. We need to wait until it moves somewhere. We've got a potential sells, wing back sells from 2030, and if the 4 closes down here like this, then yeah, we can look at these wing back sells from 2030. Because technically, you're bearish then. You should be coming down at least 2023, or at least to create a bottom wick for this for 2025. So if the 4 can pull back first, tap 2030, we can look to sell, take partial move to break even at the 4 where it needs a bottom wick. That's our advantage point. But obviously we'd look to come down to 2021 at that point. So that's the plan really. But we'd need to wait for this 4 to... Ideally, we don't want this 4 creating this bottom wick for this. We need this 4 to ideally pull back, but not pull back too much. Because we want to be able to get in on this wing back. And the closer it pulls back, that means the next 4 can actually pop right back up. Because of the reach. So we want a 4 like down here, where it's at now really. Yeah, we can probably look at that. I think that would work pretty nicely. Where would stops be? See how it's changing all the time. Gotta adapt to the markets. This is my argument I have with a lot of people. People say do the same thing over and over again, but for me, you've got to be able to adapt. This is why I don't believe in like RR. As in, people who trade RR, it's not wrong if it works for them. If it works, then for them, then it obviously works, doesn't it? But for me, I can't get my head around like, let's say you're on a trade and you're a 2 to 1. I don't know, let's go something like 50. So if you go to 2 to 1 and you go off at RR, yeah, risk to reward 2 to 1, you get activated, right? And if you're moving up and you're down and you're up, if price, in my head, if price is showing you here that you are struggling to break above this range, then, but you're, obviously, you need your RR to be profitable, so you've got to just leave it, then, for me, I don't get how you don't just close out. If price is giving you signs that you're pushing back down, and you're really struggling to break these highs, so you know you're going to have to come and break these lows, and you're going to have to come to probably break these lows, which is probably going to hit your stops, then why don't you just close out? Do you know what I mean? So I actually, and this is, I used to do OB and market making, it was solely on RR, I used to just leave it, because I needed the 2 to 1s or the 3 to 1s or whatever. But as time went on, I realised that Forex is like the bloody labyrinth of the internet. It changes all the time. So if the markets are changing all the time, surely we should be able to adapt to it and learn to adapt and to change ourselves and how we trade. And that's why I like this method, because you're constantly changing to what the market's printing. So look, we're looking at buys, but if this forward close bearish, then we're looking at sells, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? So it just changes like that. It's not about contradicting yourself or changing your mind or you're sort of gambling or guessing. We're literally just adapting to what the market's printing. How is this 4 gonna close? How is this 4 gonna close? Good. Yeah. Emma's going for a breakfast. She's a bloody selfish cow, isn't she? She's going for breakfast without me. Can you believe that? Without me.
That's disgraceful.
Selfish cow.
After that fantastic foot rub yesterday.
Yes.
I hope she brings something back.
I told them about your foot rub.
Yeah, but you missed the back and head though, didn't you?
Said I missed her back in the head rub.
Oh no.
I know. I know. I put that much effort into the feet. I was just all drained by the time I got to the back and the head. My stamina's not like I used to.
You need to get that energy back up.
Stamina's just not like I used to.
There's no practice.
Yeah. Probably just gonna wait for this 4, guys. Really, it's really risky at the minute because this 4, remember, can still flip at any point. Yeah. So taking sells at any point. The 4 could just flip and push straight past it. What else? Buys. You're probably unlikely going to get down there at this point. The only thing we've got on is this win back buy at the minute is still on. So if this 4 taps it, fantastic, because the new 4 is going to have to come and give us a top wick anyway, which would be the trade. So we're just going to have to wait for 20 minutes we've got going on. So I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. Go and get yourself a brew if you need a brew.
Real men drink coffee.
Alright, cheers. Real men drink coffee. I drink coffee as well, I have a latte. Does that mean I'm a real man?
I like that, yeah.
I love a nice latte. For the new house I'm going to get a proper latte machine because currently I had a little Costa, like a Tassimo machine. I was buying the Costas, and then Emma opened my mind to buying the actual, the barista milk, where you can really froth up. So we just do it in a pan in the morning. We heat the milk up and just froth it up. 10 times better, 10 times better. So I think I'm just going to get a proper latte machine.
You got a good trade yesterday. I had to do fun.
I wasn't trading yesterday. I wasn't on. It was Emma's birthday. On Monday, we had no trade on Monday.
I had to get out the vehicle, like, so I missed what I missed.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll grab some pips today though. Green tea. Yeah, well I used to have green teas as well, Sharif, and I was going through all different flavours and that. Do you know what? I felt better, to be fair. And I have been thinking about going back to green teas. But
It's a digestion, but don't drink a lot of it.
yeah. Do you know what it is? It's like we're so in social media's worse for it because everybody just follows crazes, don't they? Like we're all about healthy eating. There's like raw meat eaters, there's vegans, it's just what the latest craze is, and it just does me head in. Like if you enjoy something, yeah, it might be bad for you. Everything's too much of anything is bad for you. Do you know what I mean? So if you like a coffee in the morning, have a coffee in the morning. Just don't take the piss with it. Don't have 20 coffees in the morning. That's when it's bad for you. Well, a latte, I like the taste of a latte. But yeah, I do need to get the clem down, like. You get the old, I look like I've been kicked in the back by Hulk. What's this for gonna do? Right, I'm gonna go and make a brew, I'll be back in a sec. See, we haven't done nothing, have we? Four's not done nothing yet, has it?
No.
Is the four? Is the two? Because remember, the two still respecting this little minor range here. So we need a close below 2028. Really. If we don't, it's going to make things a bit difficult. If we close like this on the 4, those respecting 2029.26, that means that this wing back buy could potentially be back on. Excuse me. Bloody hell.
Blessings.
It's Emma's bloody perfume. But then again, he could just come back down. It's not really helping us here at the minute, guys. Because if you think about it logically, what are we now? We're still bullish, aren't we? We're still heavily bullish. But the hour and the lower time frames are starting to print bearish. So we need to work out if it's going to carry on printing bearish or whether it's just a pullback because we're bullish. That's what we need to work out. I really wanted this 4 to tap this area though. If this 4 had tapped this area, it would have been perfect for us. It's long. 2 minutes ago. It's only a postman. So there's a minor support here at 2029.28. If we close respect in there, see, we can drive straight down as well. So it doesn't really help. But if we can just clear it. Has that 15 hit that area yet? Not yet. I can't do anything at the minute. I really need to wait for this 4. My podcast interview comes out on Friday, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I know my life's boring, but it might not be. That's it. I think you just think your life's boring, don't you? But to others, it's like, I'm not saying people think this about my life, but everyone has a story, don't they? Everyone has a story.
What you're going to be talking about?
I don't know. Whatever she asks me, really. Yeah. Probably my wife. You go on.
Must have no like.
Yeah, just get the. I don't know.
No, they are. Didn't say something else.
That'll do.
If there's no open
Just you surprise me. You surprise me. You know me nothing better than me.
Le croissant.
Yeah. I just let her do it. She knows me better than me. Anybody got any questions? Anything I can help with? Oh, let's see if I can get this chat working while we wait. I really don't know why it's not working. really annoyed me. Maybe I have to delete it and put it back on. See if I can have it back on. Jet. Oh, there we go. Is that all? I can't remember how to do this. There we go. Width